I'm not a fan of Mondays. Okay, but this particular Monday, I'm happy about it. My name is Wally Scott. Welcome on the show. It's Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. And some good news I have this morning. The Tigress point guard, Promise Amukamara, says she's delighted the team managed to put up a good performance and pick a ticket for the 2022 FIBA Women's World Cup, despite the adversity they faced before traveling for the recently concluded qualifying tournament in Serbia. The World Cup holds from September 22nd to October 1st in Australia. Mali, who were bottom of the log, started the game the brighter side, taking the first quarter 22-20. But the second and third quarters belonged to the Tigress, who won 22-13, 22-9. But the Malians mounted a comeback that saw them almost take the game into overtime. But the Nigerians held on as their West African foes won the final quarter 25-9. But it just proved too late. I've got Ladi Egbedire on the show this morning, and I've got Victor V6, our regular Victor, on the show today. Ladi, welcome on the show. Victor, welcome on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning.
Now, let me start with Ladi first of all, because you're the one who is going to make a little sense out of this nonsense. The Tigress have actually won, and they have qualified to get into the World Cup. But they are complaining that, listen, the brouhaha, the nonsense going on in the NBA, in our basketball body, is not doing them any good, really.
But I think that has been settled now because we've had another election now that was done some couple of weeks ago. And Musa Kida has returned as the NFF president. So I don't think that should be any problem for them going forward because that has been nipping the bud. And stability, I know that they need so much stability for them to be able to perform very well in Serbia. And I think they've gotten that. Probably what they should be talking about now is having a good coaching, a good training, camp ahead of the competition itself. That is when we can see if they are really ready or not, and are probably getting them to play some friendly matches with some top teams.
Victor, you're one of the very few Nigerians who has so much faith in Nigeria basketball. And the Tigress always make us proud, though most of these girls ply their trades abroad. Now they've qualified for the World Cup. We almost held our breath before this happened, but they've done it.
Yeah, first of all, big congratulations to the Tigress. They are 3 times African champions, and when I mean 3 times African champions, they've won it back-to-back in the last 3 editions. Of course, the qualification series was for the FIBA World Cup happening in Australia later on this year, like you mentioned. And I think the issue we love to avoid is what we are experiencing with the Super Falcons when it comes to the football counterparts, whereby Nigerian female football, we dominated African football for so many years, and we had one fantastic tournament in '99. But obviously, due to poor organization and a very, very poor structure, our team now seems almost pretty average with almost every other team around African football, like the Cameroonians, Equatorial Guineans, the South Africans are all almost at par with the Super Falcons. The Tigers now have shown that they are the best team in Africa. It's now a time for us to take it a step further at the world stage. And in basketball, apart from North America, the Asians and the Europeans are very, very good as well. They are very good. And even Australians too are pretty good with basketball as well. So it will be important now that when the fact that we have these individual talents that already applied their trade in the WNBA in America, like our guest also said, he said we should have a proper training camp. And I've been a bit privileged to have knowledge about their training and physiotherapy and their health aspect. And sometimes there's a time they went for a tournament and they struggle to even have a sports physio in camp. All these things shouldn't happen. You have very poor management. They don't really have funds. Obviously, they've just finally released the funds when they had the campaign. I think that was late last year that made news all over the place about them being owed their royalties and stuff. So they made us proud. However, it's time for us to now step up for them as well and make sure that these ladies can perform to the highest levels at the world stage. I don't see anything wrong with us getting all the way to the semi-finals, even to the final of the World Cup. It won't be a bad thing if that happens.
Now, Ladi Egbedire, the fortunate thing for me this morning is that Victor just came back from Cameroon. And you just came back from London. And these girls want to play for Nigeria. It's all about patriotism for them. It's not about the money, really. So when they complain about these things, it's unfortunate. But you have been able to meet some of these girls man to man. And so what do you think we should do to ensure these girls' patriotism lasts longer than it's lasting right now? Because they're getting tired.
You see, Wale, they can't afford to be tired. You know why they can't afford to be tired? Because these girls, they need the window that the Nigerian Basketball Federation is giving them. They need that window for teams all over the world to see them. If you can't play in the WNBA, you can play in Europe, and they'll make money for it. Now, some of these girls are not even playing in the WNBA, mind you. Some are playing collegiate football and basketball. So when you're playing collegiate basketball, which means you get to start earning money. So which means they need that platform that Nigerian Basketball Federation is giving them. And likewise, Nigerian Basketball Federation also need these girls as well, so that we can continue to showcase our talent out there. So I think it's a win-win situation for the Nigerian Basketball Federation and the girls. But they just must learn, to work together in a very conducive manner and give the girls what they deserve. And like that, I feel the sky will be the limit for them.
Victor,
preparation for me.
Okay,
the better they start the preparation, the sooner they start the preparation, the better.
Now, Ladi Egbedire, are you calling the bluff of these girls and saying they can't walk away? Are you calling their bluff?
They know that if they walk away, it's going to affect their career as well. They all know that. So they also need the Nigerian Basketball Federation as much as the Nigerian Basketball Federation also needs them. So now, they must work. There must be some bit of synergy between both parties for Nigerian basketball to be able to continue to showcase our talent out
there. Victor.
I see them working with. They know if they work, it's going to affect their career.
Okay, Ladi.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't be given what they deserve. Mind you, they should be given what they deserve. But they also need Nigerian Basketball Federation.
Okay, now, Victor, Ladi, to me, seems like he's calling their bluff this morning and saying these girls can't walk away. They need the federation too. What do you think, Victor?
Well, I would respectfully disagree, and I'll say this. I'll say this. Now, the reality of the matter is this. An argument or the point of view of Mr. Ladi is that, okay, listen, you are not even in the top leagues in North America, in terms of the WNBA, which is like the biggest basketball league in the entire world. A few of them are, and also said playing college basketball is also good. But the reality of the matter is that if they actually have a walkout, what do we have locally? Can we name our basketball women's league locally that, okay, we have players that can actually represent us from our local league? The truth of the matter is we are depending on all these children or these ladies that were born, abroad or have moved abroad, at one point in their life, and they have decided to represent Nigeria. Yes, you can argue and say, okay, listen, you can't play for the female national team of the Americans, because the amount of talents there and the competition there is beyond, is beyond what most people can actually, step up to. However, like it's mentioned, it's a bit of a 50-50 in terms of you can both benefit. However, I think Nigeria actually has more to benefit, because the truth of the matter is that with our very poor organization, if we don't have proper talents who have just decided to play for us, we will be in trouble. Our basketball situation is actually not where it should be. It's not even where it should be.
Now, Victor, if I can come in there, if you look at what is happening in the football circle right now, a lot of Nigerian players born in diaspora now wants to play for the Super Eagles because they realize that they need because they all realize that they need international recognition for them to get a better contract, for them to get a better deal. That's why they all want to play for Eagles right now, because it's not easy for you as a calm down, Victor. It's not easy for you as an African player to walk into the national side of a foreign team. You must be exceptionally talented, and like you rightly said, a lot of these girls cannot walk into the USA team because there's so many talent they are playing with out there. So they need the Nigerian Basketball Federation as much as the Nigerian Basketball Federation needs these girls as well.
So now, if I may also add to that, now you mentioned that many Nigerian players want to play, or many Nigerian players born in the diaspora want to play for the national team. Although that is also true, there are also many Nigerian players who have refused to play for the Super Eagles. Tame Abraham, Ross Barkley.
The ones that have refused to play for Nigeria are still harboring the belief, the hope that they can get a call up to the Three Lions, to the English national side, and I don't see that coming. Now, what is the record? What is the history of Nigerian players who have played for the Three Lions before. Probably they play 1 or 2 fringe matches, or probably some Brady friendly matches, and they are dumped aside. Because I tell you something, if you care to listen, Victor, the white man will continue to use their own players, even if they are average. They believe in developing their own talent than developing a black man. Take it or leave it, but that's the truth.
But here's the thing, I'm not even arguing, that's not even the point I'm coming from. What I'm trying to explain to you is that, as you mentioned, you said if they walk out of that they can't afford to walk out. I'm trying to break it down that it's actually possible that they can actually walk out, because you see, when you, like, for instance, when you do, in quotes, in local Nigerian terms, when you do shakara, is when you have the ability to do so. Like, for instance, if they decide to walk out of the national team and not play for the Tigress, we will be shaking in our boots, because let's be honest, how many local players can actually represent us at that level? We don't have any.
I totally agree with you that our local league is not developed like that of our like the level of these foreign players. But the fact still remains that these girls cannot walk away, Victor. They need Nigerian Basketball Federation. They need that platform. They need that platform, because it's with that platform they can get a better deal for their career. If you don't play for your national team, then you're not recognized. If no matter how talented you are, you must play for your national side, if you agree with me on that. So they also need the Nigerian Basketball Federation. They need that green, white, green color for them to better their career, for them to get a better deal.
And we also need them. Okay, but go ahead. No, it's okay. I agree on that one. But I'm just saying I think it's just more because it's tilted towards the side as if, you know, the national Nigerians don't really need them. I'm like, no, we really do need these people. Like, it has to be. Yes, I understand where you're coming from, somewhere in terms of international recognition, whereby we play at the Olympics, we play at the FIBA Championship, which are globally recognized international tournaments of the highest level. But the truth of the matter is still remains that if they walk out, if they walk out, we are in trouble. That's the honest truth. We are not well organized. Like you mentioned about the
they ain't gonna work out, Victor. They ain't gonna work out. Trust me, my brother. They ain't gonna work out. They can't afford to walk away. It's not possible. They ain't gonna work out.
Guys, I want to thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you very much, and it was very exciting. Thank you very much, guys. Ladi Agbedi, thank you very much. Victor V6, thank you very much. And you guys, Ladi, welcome back from London. Victor, welcome back from Cameroon. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much.
Cheers, Wale.
Yeah. Now, Lyon bounced back from a 2-0 defeat to Monaco last week to beat Nice 2-0 on Saturday in the Ligue 1. Lemoussa Dembele missed the penalty early on before Lucas Paquetá in the rebound, but the referee asked for it to be retaken because Paquetá had encroached in the box from the retaken spot kick. Dembele scored to give the host the lead. It was all Lyon as they continued to create chances. And in the second half, Carl Toko-Ekambi sealed the win from close range. We have consistently spoken about the Russian League and spoken about, they said the Russian government were taking sides with people who were doping. Now, a Valieva, a skater, was said not to be allowed at the Olympics. Well, she's been allowed now. And the Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke to athletes before their departure who will be competing as representatives of the Russian Olympic Committee under the acronym ROC without their flag and anthem because of sanctions imposed after they provided doctored laboratory data to international anti-doping authorities that could have helped identify drug cheats. Have you had your vaccine? Have you been vaccinated against COVID? Well, some people say they do not want to be vaccinated. They don't believe the COVID exists and they don't want to be vaccinated. So the Super Bowl is one of the biggest television events ever. And a handful of anti-vaccine protesters gathered outside the Super Bowl in Inglewood on Sunday, February 13th, to call for an end to vaccine and mask mandates. The group of about 12 protesters stood at one of the entrances to the Sophie Stadium, carrying banners reading, "I can't breathe," and "There is no emergency," as the Rams and Bengal fans filed into the stadium. The small protest and sweltering heat did nothing to dampen the mood of fans arriving at the Sophie Stadium in Inglewood, near Los Angeles, on Sunday for the Super Bowl. Temperatures climbed into mid-80s outside the stadium, which is home to Los Angeles Rams team, looking to secure a championship against the Cincinnati Bengals after falling short in the Super Bowl 3 years ago. Well, the lady there said her child has to wear a mask for 6 hours in school, and she feels that's not even healthy. It's going to make her more sick. Well, their point. It's an anti-vaccination and mask-wearing protest at the Super Bowl. These things happen. Kofi, have the camera. He was behind the camera all the way. Onoja, thank you very much. Debola, De Blow, thank you very much. Omotola always has my back. Belema, thank you very much. Emeka, thank you. Of course, downstairs, Powerhouse, Femi, I call him Femo, thank you very much. Join us same time tomorrow, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. My name is Wally Scott. Like I always advise you at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your heart, do some sports.